Hello. Today let us start with history of yoga tradition followed by Hatha Yoga Pradipika. So to look about the history of yoga started in the Vedic period. There were four periods, that is Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Samaveda and Atharva Veda. Rig Veda were known for Brahmanas, Yajur Veda for sacrifices, Samaveda for chanting, and Atharva Veda for Ayurveda. Then comes the other period, that is first was the Vedic period, second was the pre-classical period, then comes the classical period and then post-classical period. In the pre-classical period, we started from 15,000 to 5,000 BC. All Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavad Purana, Vedanta, Jiva Jagata Ishvara, creator of world, all were known in the pre-classical period. Upanishads were also called as Vedanta. Upanishads are called Vedas and Vedanta is a part of Upanishads. Ishvara, also known as Brahman, supreme consciousness. Two terms of Vedanta. One is Atman, that is self-consciousness or individual consciousness. The other one is Brahman. Brahman is the cosmic consciousness. Then this was about the pre-classical period. Then classical period. So in classical period started from 5000 BC to 200 AD. Patanjali Yoga Sutra is known to be in the classical period. It was organized by Patanjali Muni as known to be from 6th century, like 3rd to 6th century. Basically, Patanjali Yoga Sutras consist of Ashtanga Yoga. Then comes the post-classical period where we learn about the modern yoga, Tantra Yoga, Hatha Yoga and Ghatha Yoga. Ghatha Yoga also known as the Gheranda Samhita, Hatha Yoga as a Hatha Yoga which we learn in the Hatha Yoga Pradipika. Then if you see traditional yoga, that is called as the schools of yoga, there are two traditional yogas, Raja Yoga and Hatha Yoga. Again, Raja Yoga combines of Hatha Yoga and Raja Yoga. Then we learn about the Kaivalya. Kaivalya is the liberated soul, moksha, where we get the moksha. Yoga is all about liberation. So we learn more about Kaivalya in Patanjali Yoga Sutra. Patanjali has said yoga is same as samadhi. Patanjali taught Hatha Yoga. He gave simplification of knowledge. Patanjali Yoga Sutras are also known as Raja Yoga, Sutras of Raja Yoga. Then Lord Shiva, when he did Tandav Nritya, is known to be as a Adi Dev. He is known to be founder of Hatha Yoga. In Shiva Parampara, we get to know about the Hatha Yoga. Lord Shiva gave knowledge to Parvati, he gave knowledge to goddess Parvati. While giving this knowledge, this was listened by one fish. So further, when this fish, when he came in the, when he was born in human being, he was known as Matsyendranath. One lady asked Matsyendranath, I don't have child. Please give me some ashirvad to have this child. So what he did, he gave some ash. Some ash was beside there. So he just lifted some ash and he gave to that lady. You keep it with yourself. But unfortunately, cow ate this ash. cow, everyone, they had cows in their sheds, in their houses. So this cow ate this ash. Now, cow was not there, but cow passed the cow dung. So cow dung was there, and Swami Gorakshanath once came there, and he happened to, that time, we used to use cow dungs and everything in prasad and everything. So Swami Gorakshanath had that, and then he got the knowledge, and knowledge of Hatha Yoga was transferred in this way from Lord Shiva to Parvati, from Parvati to Matsyendranath, from Matsyendranath to Gorakhnath. So he's called as a Gorakhnath. And then from Gorakhnath, it came to Swami Swatmaram. Swami Swatmaram was the first person to know the knowledge of Hatha Yoga, and so he published it in the form of Hatha Yoga Pradipika. So Hatha Yoga Pradipika was founder was the Swami Swatmaram. Then comes the Gheranda Samhita. Gheranda Samhita, Gheranda Muni had formed Gheranda Samhita. Shiva Samhita, it was a dialogue between Lord Shiva and Parvati. Its writer is not known. Then comes Hatha Yoga Ratnavali. Srinivas Bhatt. Srinivas Bhatt, he was the writer of Hatha Yoga Ratnavali. So we have to learn only two things, Hatha Yoga Pradipika and Gheranda Samhita. So these four books are written on Hatha Yoga. Which one? Hatha Yoga Pradipika by Swami Swatmaram, Gheranda Samhita by Gheranda Muni, Shiva Samhita by Lord Shiva and Parvati, Hatha Yoga Ratnavali by Srinivas Bhatt. We are going to learn only first two books. Hatha Yoga Pradipika is also known as Chaturanga Yoga because it contains of 4 chapters. So it is known as Chaturanga Yoga. Gheranda Samhita is also known as Saptanga Yoga because it contains 7 chapters. Saptanga Yoga. And Patanjali is known to be Ashtanga Yoga because it mainly teaches us about the Ashtanga Yoga. So 8 padas. So it is called as a Ashtanga Yoga. Hatha Yoga Pradipika, this is a very secret knowledge, and what it talks about the control of prana, that is breath. It gives importance of prana. Okay, it says that any creation in this environment, in this world, is what we need for any energy. Shiv and Parvati. Shiv is known to be Prakriti, Parvati is known to be Purush. So Shiv and Parvati, or Prakriti Purush, or Surya Nadi, Chandra Nadi, Pingala and Eda Nadi. So these are the concepts of Hatha Yoga. Shiv Parvati, that is Prakriti Purush, Surya Nadi, Chandra Nadi. Surya Nadi is known to be Pingala and Chandra Nadi is Eda Nadi. Then it mentions about the energies which come together, which has control over our mind. That mind has control on our prana. Prana is controlled by this positive and negative energies. Okay, so also prana is controlled by sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. Sympathetic nervous system is the stimulation. We are going to learn this in detail afterwards. Parasympathetic is the relaxation. See, always there has to be counterbalance in everything. So whenever we see that, whenever we feel thirsty, we think of drinking water, right, to relieve the thirst. Whenever we are very, we feel very hot, we try to go in the cold area, or we try to drink water to balance our body. So this is what sympathetic gives the stimulation, whereas parasympathetic gives the relaxation. So it is the energy which is positive and negative energy, which is hot and cold energy, that is, and it balances, counterbalances. Then also pranic energy is controlled by, or prana is controlled by breathing, which is called as anuloma and viloma. So anuloma and viloma, we do it with the right nostril and with the left nostril. So right nostril is known for the Surya one, Surya Nadi, left is known for the Chandra Nadi. Okay. Gheranda Samhita is to hold pranic energy, and for this holding of pranic energy we need purification of our body, which we call as a Shata Karma, that is Shuddhi Kriya. So in Gheranda Samhita only specifies about the Shata Karma. Hatha Yoga, we know about the asanas, pranayamas, we'll see about that. So about the Hatha Yoga Pradipika. So to know about the Hatha Yoga Pradipika, in Hatha Yoga Pradipika they have told about the asanas. There are 15 asanas described in Hatha Yoga Pradipika. Then we learn about 10 mudras and 3 bandha. Okay. Pranayam is also called as Kumbhaka, and it is 8 types. Then Samadhi, we learn about the 4 stages of Samadhi. So in Hatha Yoga Pradipika, what do we learn? We learn 15 types of asanas, 10 mudras, 3 bandhas, 8 pranayams, that is Kumbhaka. Kumbhaka, it is called as a Kumbhaka. So 8 types of Kumbhaka, and Samadhi, 4 stages of Samadhi, that is Nada Anusandhan. Okay. Now we will see ki what exactly Hatha Yoga Pradipika says. In Patanjali, they have given protocol of how to attain Kaivalya, whereas Hatha Yoga Pradipika, actually it is a practical knowledge. It gives us practical knowledge about this. So what is aim of Hatha Yoga Pradipika? It is said that Kevalam Raja Yogaya Hatha Vidya Upadishyate. So means only to attain Raj Yoga is the goal of Hatha Yoga. Okay. Now Hatha Yoga, if we see the parampara, lineage of Hatha Yoga, Lord Shiva gave to Swami Matsyendranath, from him to Gorakshanath, from him to Swatmaram, and so then that lineage is complete. Hatha Yoga, Hatha means what? It says about the Ha and Tha, Hakara and Thakara. And Pradipika means enlightenment, self-ignition, light on Hatha Yoga is Pradipika. So we should know the meaning of Hatha and Pradipika. Okay. So this is Hatha Yoga Pradipika, which you are seeing on the screen by Swami Swatmaram. Then going to the different chapters, we will learn about the basic thing. Like in the first chapter, it is said that I salute Lord Shiva, who taught Parvati Hatha Yoga Vidya, which is as a stairway for those who want to attain that Raja Yoga. So this is what traditional says, that God Shiva, he is the main who has expounded this yoga science, and he gave this to Parvati on the beach of what is now Sri Lanka. And so, as I said before, by chance of fish, Matsya, fish is called as a Matsya in Sanskrit. So he learned the lessons, and then that fish became king, which was known as Matsyendra. This fish was preceder of man, and aforementioned Matsyendra was the first yogi. So Matsyendranath was the first yogi. Okay. So now next, Swatmaram Yogi, he having saluted his Lord and Guru, he teaches Hatha Vidya solely for the attainment of Raja Yoga. Then who were the basic things? Again, this is in the Hatha Yoga Pradipika, which we have explained before. Matsyendra, Goraksha and others knew well Hatha Vidya, and Yogi Swatmaram learned it by their favor. And who are the other? There are few names of who learned this Hatha Yoga. Uh, it's not so important. Just we can know few names like Shiva, Masenda, Shabara, Gaurangi, Meena, Goraksha. Okay, these are the traditions. Then comes ki how to do this Hatha Yoga. What and why it is important. Why it is important. This is very important shlok. See, we all are going through three types of pain: internal, physical, and mental pain, and external caused by people, animals, or object, and pain caused by several things like meteorological condition like storms, freezing, or floods. These all things. So internal, physical, and mental. This type of three types of tapa. These are three types of tapa. So we have to do this. Hatha yoga is like a sheltering monastery for these tapa. We are going through these three pains, and to protection, we need protection from these tapas. So Hatha Yoga gives us protection from these tapas. To those engaged in every practice of every kind of yoga, Hatha Yoga is like a tortoise that supports. It is like a tortoise. Like tortoise supports its senses. The tortoise, whenever any enemy comes near it, it just takes all his legs inside. So same way Hatha Yoga does it. It protects us. It gives us a protection like a tortoise. Okay. Then comes the siddhis. The yogin desirous of obtaining perfection, that is siddhi, should keep Hatha Yoga very secret, for it is potent when kept secret and ineffective when revealed. So it is said that this Hatha Yoga practice is kept to be in the secrecy so that you get those siddhis. Okay. Then comes the Matha. Matha, it is said that as Hatha Yoga, we have to perform this Hatha Yoga in separate type of Matha, and this Matha, it comes in the short note also. So he who practice Hatha Yoga should live alone in a small hermitage, that is Matha, situated in a place free from rocks, water, and fire, to the extent of bow's length, and in the virtuous, well ruled kingdom, which is prosperous and free of disturbances. So, this also we learn in the Hatha Yoga Pradipika also. I'll tell you. Yes. So it is said that सुराज्ये धार्मिके देशे सुभिक्षे निरुपद्रवे. The yogi should practice Hatha Yoga in a small room situated in a solitary place, Ekanta, being 4 cubits square and free from stones, fire, water, disturbances of all kinds, and in a country where justice is properly administered. Means in a good country, or surajya, we say surajya, where good people live and food can be obtained easily and plentifully. Then how should this room be? So it is said that Matha should have a small door and should be without any windows. It should be level, and it should be on the level, and basically without any holes. It should neither be too high nor be too low nor too long. It should be very clean, being well smeared with cow dung and free from all insects. Outside, it should be very attractive with a small hall, that is mandapa, a raised seat, and well, and surrounded by a wall. So these are the characteristics of yogi matha, which is laid down by the siddhas who want to practice hatha yoga. Okay, so this is very important. You have to learn this characteristic of hatha matha. Then, so having seated in such a room and free from all anxieties, one should practice yoga as instructed by his guru. Now comes the important question: Sadak Tattva and Badhaka Tattva. This is also very important question in the exams. So let us learn about this. So first we'll go to the Badaka Tattva. See, yoga fails by the 6 tattvas. So the sutra is Alpa Atya Aharaha प्रयासस्य प्रजल्पो नियमग्रह जनसंगस्य लौल्यम च षड्भिर्योगो विनश्यति. Means what? Alpa ahara, Atya ahara means overeating. Prayasasya means over exertion. Prajalpo means excessive talk. Niyamagraha means those who don't follow disciplines. Jana Sangasya, who likes Jana Sangha, means who likes the public places. Laulyam means Jana Sangasya Laulyam means what? Who has very, he is not a steady and he loves this all things. Cha Shadbhir Yogo Vinashati. This These 6 things: overeating, overexertion, excessive talk, unsuitable observance of unsuitable disciplines, and promiscuous company and unsteadiness. These are the 6 Badak Tattvas where yoga fails. So you have to understand these things. Overeating means habitual eating. Normal eating is okay, but even if you're hungry and if you're eating, it's okay. But if you are demanding every time, some people are very hungry and they just go on eating, this is called as overeating. Exertion means you are forcing yourself to work more, that is the exertion. Then, like forcing yourself to take cold shower every morning or running every morning negatively affects your yoga efforts. Then avoid people with negative attitude. People, we say that Jana Sangha Laulyam means what? We have to avoid these people who talks negative about yoga. And practicing yoga now and again without regularity also leads to failure. Then what are the Sadak Tattvas? Sadak Tattvas are Utsaha उत्साहात साहसात धैर्यात तत्वज्ञानाश्च निश्चयात जनसंघ परित्यागात षड्भि योगः प्रसिद्ध्यति. Utsahat means energy, zeal, energy. Sahasat means bold determination. Then dhairya means courage. Tattva jnanata means true knowledge. Nishayata, to have firmness. Jana Sangha Parityaga. Here is the see. You can see the opposite, that here we just leave those people's company. Means what? Zeal, boldness of determination, courage, true knowledge, firmness, and renunciation of company. Just to leave those company is called as a Sadak Tattva. 6 Sadak Tattva. Okay. So yoga succeeds by these 6 Sadak Tattvas: zeal, bold determination, courage, true knowledge, firmness, and renunciation of company of people. Unsuitable people means to go from unsuitable people. Or the other is to do no harm, to speak the truth, to refrain from taking what belongs to others, to preserve continence, to practice forbearance, to have fortitude, to be merciful, and to be straightforward, to be moderate in diet, and to be pure. These also are called yamas. So, yoga succeeds by these qualifications. Okay, so in next series we will go for the yama niyamas and asanas. Okay.